I am probably the only person you've ever met who flunked kindergarten. I think I'm sure you haven't, and this was like the school it was on Lynch Street. I remember it very well. And I got the report from the teacher, and I went home and I showed it to my mother, and she looked at it, and in the same motion she got her coat, and with the same motion with the other hand she grabbed my hand, and we walked out of the door, and with this little boy running to keep up, and we went all the way down the street, turned the corner of Rose Street, went down Lynch Street, and went to the school. And at schools, even then, you have to have papers and all that stuff. She said, "What do you mean papers? Where is Mr. Such and such and so?" She sat down there. So she carried me to Mr. So and so and said, "Did you teach this boy? Did you do this?" And she said, "Yes." And she told him, "Then you're incompetent." And she walked out. She took me out, and we came back up Lynch Street. And there was a turn before you got to my house, and there was a school and a church. They are a private school, St. Mark's Episcopal Church, and they had a private school attached to it, very small number of students. She's pulling me, dragging me all the time. That very day, she enrolled me in St. Mark's School, where I completed my elementary education. And I thank her so much for that, because the classes were small, the teachers were gifted, and the grade I flunked, I made up, and I made up a couple of other grades, so I was ahead of my age group. But that was the kind of person she was about education. It's the kind of person my grandmother was about education. A point was, she told him, forget the line, let me get the line right. She told the teacher, "You're incompetent. No Reed or Bennett has ever flunked anything." Now that's what she said, but I mean I don't subscribe to that. But that was her attitude, and that's what she said.
Absolutely.
And that was her assumption, and she didn't make too much out of it. But it's just no Reed. That Reed is no Bennett has ever flunked anything.